Hello everyone and welcome. This is Nehal Shukla from Team Adgully, and today with me I have Abhimnayu Singh of Contiloe Digital. Welcome.
Thank you, Nehal. Thank you, and I'm happy to be here.
Likewise. Sir, congratulations on the success of Taj Divided by Blood. What do you think contributed to its phenomenal response and popularity among the viewers?
I think the characters resonated well. The story resonated well. The story of it being this, a succession battle of a family is something which is very relevant to even today. The characters, it it didn't show black and whites. It showed grays. It showed the way in the quest for power, how people actually turn from white to gray or from gray to black. So it actually showed journeys of how it was and how it could be. Obviously, it also ensured that we, you know, while we are making a piece of history, we are able to take the rose-tinted glasses out and see it for what it was and how it was, as opposed to the figment of the imagination of a of a maker. And some of the pieces made on the Mughals has been fantastic, but it's been their take. Whether it is K. Asif Saab, who made a fantastic film of like Mughal-e-Azam, and I think nobody can ever compare any piece of content to that, or whether it's Jodha Akbar, but those were more romantic takes. This is a far darker, edgier version of the Mughal Empire, which is how it was, and that's what we wanted to show.
Absolutely. And Contiloe Digital has achieved a great success from Taj Divided by Blood. Do you think that such collaborations enhances the content creation process as well?
No, I believe that you've got to take your time to tell a story. And when we made State of Siege also, which is a very successful franchise now, we took our time. It was a Mumbai terror attack. It had been told earlier. But we gave every perspective to that story and made it more human, more realistic. We didn't want to, we didn't go about thinking of how beautiful the frames look, but we went about making the frames look more realistic. We wanted people to be in the attack, to feel the pain of the victims, and I think we were able to achieve that with State of Siege. Similarly, whether it was Temple Attack or whether it was Taj season 1 or now season 2, we have tried to be true as storytellers to the time, space, and era, and try to film it accordingly. And I think that's the most interesting challenge for a maker now, that the variety of content will give you a new challenge each time. Fighting gun battles in State of Siege to fighting with horses and swords and elephants in Taj. There might be battle, but it's extremely different how to film it and how to prep for it and how to produce it and post-produce it. So as makers, it keeps us on our toes constantly. It obviously also makes us learn more. And that's most exciting about our journey, as well as about the way we are going about approaching the content that we make.
Absolutely. But so, when we talk about such content, be it State of Sage or Taj, authenticity is something that is what the viewers are waiting for and they want to watch. How do you ensure that you maintain that authenticity of the show?
So State of Siege, we actually took a book which was written by Sandeep Unithan, who had written about the Mumbai terror attacks from every possible angle, which was even from the angle of the victims, as well as the angle of our security forces, as well as the media and the role that the media played, the irresponsible role that the media played during the attack. as well as the human interest stories. So all of that we took from his book. And, so that was a great piece of research we had. Uh, Obviously, on temple attack, there was lesser research available, but we had the fortune of working with certain NSG commandos who were a part of the operations, in the Mumbai terror attacks, and they were able to, Colonel Sen, to name him, he was very helpful in helping ensure that there was authenticity to that, right? And similarly, the larger story docket on this has been written by Anand Neelkantan, who's a historian and has written so many books on history. So obviously he does his research while creating the story arcs. And obviously in that, then you put fiction, because there is no surety of what happened 500 years ago, right? So between the dots, you need to come up with your explanation or your imagination, which has to stay within the realm of those points. But that's where the challenging aspect happens. And I guess authenticity is kept with the kind of team that you hire for something like this. So even the crew that we've hired have gone into in-depth analysis and research on the costumes, on the era, on the guns, the swords. You've never seen Mughals using guns, but Sandeep Unithan had written a book called Black Tornado, which we optioned out, and then we made it based on that. And similarly, Anand Neelkantan was brought on to Taj to give us the initial story arc. He does his he's a historian and a historical writer. So he does his bit of research. So that's how we go about it, to keep as much authenticity. Obviously, right from costumes to the weapons, the guns. It's not been shown earlier Mughals using guns, but they used guns. By that time, cannons had come in. Cannons have been shown, but the gunpowder had come in, guns had come in. This was also the time where you had the West coming into India. So all that has been shown elaborately in Taj, which is the newer, fresher aspect, which is obviously based on history.
Absolutely. And also, we have seen that historical genre, which has always been popular in India. How do you think that the success of Taj will impact on the historical genre? Do you foresee more such shows being produced in future?
I think variety content is the order of the day. So people are going to try more variety than they have done before. Obviously, this is also because your audiences are more diverse. Your audiences are changing, evolving. And hence, all genres, you'll have more representation of more genres, on television, on digital. And I think that Taj could be the first of many, as far as historicals are concerned, to be up there and successful.
Absolutely. And with OTT platforms coming in, the way people consume content has changed a lot. There's content literally everywhere. So, in your opinion, what are the advantages or what are the challenges that create for a person who is creating a content, who's producing a content? How is it difficult, or how is it challenging, or how is it an advantage when compared to the traditional medium like television?
You have to have longer view on the piece of content that you're creating. So State of Siege was a story. When we created it, we knew that there have been attacks on Indian soil by terrorists, and the counterinsurgencies of our security forces is a story that hasn't been told. And we would, if the first did well, then you had many more of such stories to tell. So like our first was on 26/11, the second one was on the temple attack, right? So similarly, there are others that we are working on now, which are on the other attacks that have happened. Similarly, on Taj, the story actually begins with Akbar and the battle that ensues within his 3 children, but it goes right up till the fall of the empire, which is for generations of historical drama. So obviously your first one has to work for it to have a longer tail, but that's where you'll break out of the clutter. If if you're just making a show with a short vision, a short-term vision, then you will not be able to break out of the clutter, because it's franchises that will break out of the clutter, and good franchises will break out. Obviously, that doesn't take away the fact that there will be individual shows that will need to be told, which might not have a second season. But those are also stories that should be told. And I'm sure that each maker and platform will have his way and his method to tell the story, to choose a topic, to be able to break out of the clutter. And I'm sure everyone is thinking in terms of how to do that. And maybe you'll have better quality storytelling happening.
Okay. And what are some of the notable trends that you have observed in the Indian entertainment industry? How has these trends influenced you when it comes to content creation or production?
I feel that there's some of the pieces of content which obviously might not have been the right, film might not have been the right format for them to tell those stories in, and television did not have a space for them to be told. Those stories are being told beautifully, some of the stories, so I guess those are inspirational. Whenever you see a good story, whenever you see a good show, I just saw Banda, a fantastic film. Kudos to the team to have made such a brilliant piece of content. Now, maybe that piece of content wouldn't have been made if digital wasn't around, right? Because going to the theaters is so expensive that now you can make a film which can go directly to digital. Obviously, it needs to have economic sense, that it needs to be made in a certain budget and made in a smart way. But it needs to, it's a great story to tell nonetheless. So, and so many such pieces of content have come out, which are inspirational also, and which I guess are something that you sit up and learn from.
Right. And finally, I would like to know from you, what message would you like to give your viewers, since Taj series is in its season finale? Is there anything that you would like to tell your viewers, what they can expect, what is there for them to watch in the season finale?
Just pray that this is not the finale, because if it's the finale, then there's no other season. So I feel that there are more seasons of Taj to come. So enjoy it, watch it, enjoy it. And we've made it with a huge amount of passion, a huge amount of effort. 3.5 years of our life has gone into making 2 seasons of Taj. So please enjoy it, and hope you like it. That's all. Means definitely give it a chance. I'm sure you will watch the whole thing.
Absolutely. And if I would like to ask you, if you're looking ahead, what the future plans or that Contiloe has, are there any new projects, any new collaborations that are in pipeline that you can share with us?
So we, like always, you're always working on something new. Like always, you have new collaborations and partnerships working out. But obviously, it is early days for me to talk about it. But I'm sure as and when the time is right, we will discuss it with you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.